He will survive you. Moghalu reprised obedient, tackling Soyinka over position on Labour Party's P2B and Datti'S. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Kingsley Moghalu, has described Nobel laureate Professor Soyinka as a global fighter for justice. While praising the principles of Soyinka, Moghalu said the Nobel laureate may not be easily understood by lazy social media users. The former CBN Deputy Governor spoke against the backdrop of recent submissions made by Soyinka and the outcome of the 2023 presidential election, and particularly those touching the Labour Party presidential candidate, P2B, and his running mate Yusuf Datti'S. Nigerian News recalls a recent interview. Soyinka disclosed that before the election he reached out to P2B 3 times and told him what could make him lose the elections. He said that he told the Labour Party flag bearer that if he lost the election, it would be the fault of the obedient. Also, Soyinka slammed the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Datti'S, over his outburst in the recent television interview. Recall that Datti, in an interview with Channel Television, has said the country has no president-elect and called on the judiciary and President Muhammadu Buhari against swearing Bola Tinubu as the president on May 29th. Ahmed also claimed that Tinubu would be leading a non-constitutional government if sworn into office because APC candidate has not met the requirement of the law. But in a chat with Arise Television on Wednesday, Soyinka said the whole comment by Ahmed during the interview were unbecoming, adding that statement contains fascistic language. He described Ahmed's remarks as a kind of do-or-die attitude and provocation that goes contrary to democratic disposition, stressing that he has no right to threaten the judiciary. The Nobel laureate said it was unacceptable that the Labour Party vice presidential candidate tried to dictate the supreme arbiter of the nation. The submissions have attracted criticism for Soyinka, particularly from Labour Party supporters, popularly called obedient. Sharing his mind on Twitter, Moghalu, however, backed Soyinka, saying he will survive all the attacks because he is always an objective person. He added that Soyinka has survived worse situations, including dictators, and would see out this one also. Taking to his Twitter handle, he wrote, "Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka is a principled fighter for justice in our country and around the world. He is a phenomenon that unlettered and uncultured people may not fully understand. In an age of lazy social media in which many do not read or think deep. His endorsement of my 2019 presidential candidacy in my short-lived but impactful foray into Nigerian electoral politics remains one of the greatest honors of my life. I view very dimly any criticism of him simply because he's objective. He survived dictators, he will survive you." Well, that is what I'm going to say. Make everybody take a chill pill. Make everybody take a chill pill. Remember that, what's it called? Wole Soyinka came out, first of all, to say, if there is an interview, let's say, for instance, you go to a particular TV station and you grant them an interview, or they granted you an interview, and at the end of the day, that interview is about Alright. Obedience are the only reason why Obi failed. Please, this is what I want to find out. How? Why is that his conclusion, saying obedience are the reason Obi failed? Moghalu is a job seeker under APC. They have turned better brains into garbage, and you also end the same. Soyinka was right in his submission. Listen very well to his interview with Arise Television. The key word is that he said this last words have not been heard of this matter, meaning your principal will be still has a chance in court. And the thing is, this is what Wole Soyinka was actually, avoiding. Coming out, he said it is, if you hear an interview was granted by somebody, that you should go and listen to the interview complete, so that you will understand where the person is coming from. Not somebody will pick about 19 minutes into the video or 20 minutes into the video and come outside and give it another headline and say, so this is actually why, he's saying you listen to the complete interview. Because they will just take a part. They can come to the 19th or 20th or even the 5 or 7 or 10th minutes into the interview, and they will pick, what's it called? They will pick a particular statement. Maybe he's using this as a scenario or an example. They'll pick that particular statement, give it a headline, and before you know it, they start dragging the person for saying what he or she does not say. We should learn to start verifying. And the thing is, I said it before, for this country not to break into pieces, into bits, I beg of us. Before you start spreading a particular news, please make sure it is not fake. We are in the era where the media can no longer be trusted. The media is available for buying to the highest bidder. People will want to make them spread this news. How much they go pay? Now them the media. Gone are the days where journalism was with journalists and the media was actually on the side of the people, giving the people facts, what is actually correct and what is actually true news. Okay. I used to think this Moghalu guy is very clever. The question is, do Tinubu meet the requirement of a law to be sworn in as Nigeria president, yes or no? I don't think he's actually was the same Tinubu won or Tinubu did not. He's just coming out to back Soyinka. That is just what he's coming out to do. Okay, every sane person knows that Obi and his supporters are taking this or do or die affair. The mandate to lead Nigeria comes from Nigerians. I don't know why someone will be threatening the peace of a country because he failed to be the choice of majority of the electorate. This attitude of his is blocking the chances of Igbos in the future elections. How do you mean? The fact that people see something and try to call it another. You see A for your front and you are trying to call it Z is what I still don't understand. So this issue is where how is it going to block? How is it going to block these people's chances? How is it going to block their chances? Because I don't understand. How are the obedience taking this? I don't understand why you go see A column Z. How is it that the obedience, this thing is, do you know what this thing means? It's just like somebody came into your house, comes and bullies you. The person enter your house, bully you. You don't take anything. The person come again. And before you know, because you keep quiet, the person will make it will become a norm. Before you know, the person going to use you, they do your ear everywhere. You get. Before you know it, the person will use you, they do your ear everywhere. That is not what they want. This thing is crystal clear. Even if, okay, fine, at the end of the day, this election, they bring out everything they did, the original copies, everything. Koro as it be before. It can't be say P2B no win this election. Free and fair. That is what he wants. If he sees he's not the winner when it's crystal clear as water, believe you me, nobody is going to be making noise. But why it is like this is because they manipulated the result. They did not even allow us to see what happened. That is people's annoyance. So coming out to say they are sore loser though is going to not be so. You cannot continue to call evil good though. It is not right. If they have been calling evil good all this while, does it mean nobody can come out and challenge the status quo? Does it mean that you yourself cannot champion that this thing, but good though, make we do the right thing? Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.